Oh man, this is going to be fun. I know this is going to be fun. Well, ladies, thank y'all for coming on and doing this. I am
Yay.
really happy to do this, to talk with y'all about real estate, your business and such, your goals and your history. And this is something, Jeff and I, we've done interviews like this before, a series with Jason and other agents years ago, but now we have really nice equipment and we have some fun with this.
And we have cool agents.
And we have cool agents, yeah.
Hey.
Much cooler agents than you and I, that's for sure. Well, ladies, how about name and just a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'll go first. So I'm Rochelle Greenan, also known as Shell the Texas Realtor. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, and I retired from the military about, I don't want to say my age, so a little bit, not too long ago, I retired from the military after doing 22 years and 9 months in the Army. And Chandria Brantley, my partner, who's known as Keys by Chandria, I'll let her tell her story.
Well, what branch? What branch?
The best and only branch of the United States Army.
Oh boy. And like if you look up behind you, you'd see all of grandpa's military stuff up there too. And I got his retirement and everything, and that's pretty fun.
I
Duty,
remember
honor,
that.
country.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's set this record straight. So Air Force is the best.
Sheriff
Oh.
Force.
No, it's Air Force.
Sheriff
Okay.
Force.
Oh no.
And so yes, I am Chandria, and also known as Keys by Chandria. And I served 22 years and some months in the military as well. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, as Rochelle as well. And I'm just excited to be here.
But we got to tell our story. So
I'm very curious. Like, did y'all know each other in Miami?
yes.
What?
So
Okay.
me and Chandria are childhood friends. We used to we were cheerleaders together. We cheered together for a local football team, and we went to high school together for ninth grade. Our families know each other. We grew up together, and we lost contact for 20 years because after I graduated from high school, I went into the Army, and Chandria went into the Air Force, and we never saw each other throughout that 20 years. My mother would say, "Hey, I seen Chandria and her husband. He's super tall, like a basketball player." That's what my mom would say, but I never seen her. And then when I moved here, when I got stationed here 6 years ago, I purchased my first home with the VA loan. And I took a picture of me and my son with the key, like, what most buyers do when they purchase a home. And Chandria she DM'd me. She was in my inbox.
I did.
Yeah.
I DM'd her. I was like, oh, this house, the structure of this house look a little familiar. The brick look a little familiar. And we had just purchased our
style.
home as well. The style, like it just looked familiar. So I was like, hey, Rochelle, how are you? Long time no hear. Where are you? And she was like, I'm in San Antonio. We're like, oh, I'm in San Antonio too.
What are the chances?
What are the chances, right? And then we just, hooked back up together. And
So you didn't even know, did not plan to come to San Antonio. It wasn't like this, okay, hey, we're friends, we're both retiring, let's do it. It just happened to
just
be a
happened.
childhood friend in San Antonio. Okay. Then how did real estate get on the horizon for y'all? Because y'all are both working together, the dynamic duo and such. Okay, what was the inspiration on this? Like, how did this come together?
So I would say, I believe both of us had interest in real estate in our own way. I've always been interested. My dad was in real estate. He purchased homes. He fixed them up. He sold them, rented out. So I was always interested in that aspect of the real estate. And I was like, I just want to do something different. After retirement, we love helping people. And so it's all about building relationship and helping people as well. But I've always wanted to do real estate.
Did you get the bug when you first bought your house?
No, it was prior to me buying a house. Yeah, I got the bug. I
got
don't know,
my
it was
bug
just
when I
something
first
about
bought my house. I was the nerd. I was curious about the process and the paperwork and what happens if you do this, what happens if you do that. And then it got backburnered. And then when I had a chance to change careers, I thought about that. I was like, real estate.
Yeah.
Well,
So Rochelle?
what's your real estate?
So my
Connection.
marriage to real estate, it started probably like 8 years ago, I actually enrolled in real estate school when I was stationed in Augusta, Georgia. I ended up not going because I was a single mom. I was running an HR department, and I didn't have time. And then I knew I was getting ready to PCS, and so I was like, it doesn't make sense to get licensed in Georgia. And then when I got here, Chandria mentioned that when you get ready to retire from the military, you can do an internship. And so she did her internship at a real estate brokerage. I don't remember which company, but that's what she did her internship with. And we've been talking about real estate. We kept saying we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. When I retired, I worked for the FDA. She was working for DHA. And she was like, okay, let's just do it. I was like, okay, but when are we gonna have time? So we signed up, we paid the money, and we started going to school, and we would go on the weekends. So for 4 months, we went to school like.
So y'all took the weekend approach. I mean, y'all
We took the weekend approach.
and y'all did classes together, everything.
We did
No.
everything.
We did everything together.
So that's why I got into real estate. It was just something that I was always inspired by, and then seeing it on television and reality TV, and just I always wanted to purchase a home, and I've never seen like my mom purchase a home, and so I wanted to know like how do you purchase home, like how do you use real estate to build generational wealth.
That is such a big part of this business is, the effect of home. So many veterans don't really understand the full benefits they have, with a VA loan, the 0% down, the reduced interest rate and such. And knowledge is power. And I've noticed in a lot of y'all's focus on education, what y'all are investing time into is helping veterans understand, that option, how to pursue it, how to leverage that. When you're looking at this business as a whole, I know this is a big question, but I'd love to hear from both of you. Is like, what effect do you want to have on people's lives? When someone goes to closing, when you've spent this time with them, going through this process, months of education and assistance and such, what effect do you want to have on them? What do you want them to say about you at closing?
I want them to say that we treated them like family. Like this person is a part of my new family. And, our slogan is when we work together, doors open. I want them to say our doors are always open to you all. So if I hear that at closing, I know we did a good job,
That's
great
nice.
job.
So closing's not an ending, but a beginning for you guys.
It's a relationship.
That is such a, Grandpa was very big on that. We believe on that as a family company. You have this opportunity to grow with people for a lifetime, to see that effect. My mom, that was a big thing for her, and she loved working with renters, helping renters find that path to home ownership. And when you go to closing, and y'all have been to closing already, what's that feel like, ladies?
Ooh, like having a baby.
Best day of your life. Best day of your life.
It felt so good to actually see like our hard work pay off, because on social media, reality TV, you only see the celebration, you only see the good part, you don't see the behind the scenes. And we know that our behind the scenes have been long days, late nights, and to actually see it come to life, it was rewarding. It's like seeing your child graduate from high school or college or something. It's just so rewarding to see it.
There's a lot of purpose in it, whole lot of purpose. Chandria, what about you? When you're coming into this business and such, you have actually quite a bit of experience. You're aware of how it works. You're aware of the financial side. You've seen investments in real estate. You've seen real estate moving and such. But what about you as a personal mission coming into this business? What are you looking to accomplish? What's your goal?
My goal is just to really help people dream come true, helping them through the process, letting them know that the possibility is endless. Really helping them. We strive on building those relationships with people, and it's some relationships that we didn't even know that it was going to happen. Like, for instance, we have a client who's going through the process, 2 weeks ago they wasn't our client. And today we found a house.
They're under contract.
They're under
Isn't that amazing?
contract, and we were witnesses at their wedding.
They asked us to be
They
a
asked
witness.
us to be a witness, you know, for their witness. So it's just they trust us, they love us, and that's the feeling that we want to come from our clients. Like,
You know what's beautiful about all that is what you're building now, 5 years from now, or probably less for them,
Yeah.
50% or more of your business is going to be coming from referrals. And it's the groundwork you're building right now that's important.
Well, I mean, Jeff, in your business, we've talked about the stats and we've gone over it. I mean, it's like 70% of your closings come from a referral,
Referrals.
not just from your relationship network, past clients. I mean, I went downstairs and, you know, was it this week or last week?
It was last week.
Last week. And we're closing with the daughter of one of your neighbors.
Yeah, that family has done 3 deals with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
One started out, it was just a referral because they were looking to sell their condo in Austin, and I don't work Austin. So we did really good with that one. And then we sold an inheritance house that they inherited, and then their daughter's first house
Wow.
No.
we just closed on. And it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And that will happen with what y'all build. And well, I want to switch gears just a little bit and talk a little bit about their social media,
Okay.
because what they're saying right now about building relationships is exactly what their social media says. I look at their social media and it's real, it's genuine, and I'm like, I want to hang out with these girls. You know, these are my friends. And, you know, I can imagine just watching it and not even knowing you, and I'll be like, I feel like they're my friends. You know, yeah, I'm going to call it Dynamic Duo. I was like, I knew that name before I even knew y'all's names, the Dynamic Duo.
I have to say, Jeff has talked a lot about y'all's
When we talk about social media, I bring y'all up because y'all do social
Yeah.
media. I feel right. You don't go through a house saying this is the bedroom, this is hardwood floors, this is the kitchen. No, y'all are yourselves. You're cool, and
Well, you bring it to life.
you bring it to life. You bring the house to
You have
life.
fun.
We have
Like,
fun.
it's very clear y'all are having
We
fun.
have fun.
It's not forced. You know, you're
It's not
taking
fake,
risks,
and it's
you're
not fake
trying
either.
Things. That's fun. That's where it's at, man.
that's
That is
what
where
we
it's
strive.
at.
Like, we want to be authentic. We want to be ourselves, and we want people to accept us for us. You know, and we have fun. We do.
You do.
Rochelle and I, we we do have a lot of fun doing the videos and getting some of the customers, clients involved, and
Well, it's what both Brad and I say. You know, when you reach out to people, you want to entertain them and educate them, and y'all do that beautifully.
Yeah.
Because there's one video of y'all dancing and having fun, but then you're showing me how a VA person can buy a loan or get a loan. You know, so you're
The path.
educating, and you're entertaining at the same time. And I think it's important to have a balance of the two.
We just want to be the next door. You know, like your next door. You always hear the saying, you're like a roundaway person, roundaway girl, guy, or your next door neighbor. We just want to be the roundaway real estate or your next door realtor. We don't want to feel like we're too big, and you know, we just want to be like your everyday person that can help you buy a house, help you sell a house, help you rent a house. We on social media, but we not like influencers. We just genuinely being ourselves.
You're using it as a
and
connection
educating.
point.
Yeah.
An
Just,
inspiration, a connection point, and I think that's a really, I think you're finding, it's so cool to watch agents as they break into the business, find that balance kind of in their lives of how, having fun, entertaining, educating, and it's different for everybody. Like, and it's cool to see people being creative, taking risks, trying stuff, lots of fun. And, Jeff's bragging on social media, and I'm going to brag on y'all on this. I really love the way y'all work with clients, and the way you guys focus on the details, thinking steps ahead, being careful, wanting to do the right thing. It's not just a race to closing for you guys. What I see from y'all is someone who, when you were talking about those experiences with your clients and such, what I'm hearing is you want to intertwine your lives together with them. You want to grow with them for a lifetime. You care about them, and you're genuine. And that's what will make people, that's what people will see in your hearts. They see that, and I see that. And when you're working with the client, and I know you're always like, oh, we're always asking questions, and there's always these talks, and we get on the phone together. So Jeff, when they call up, it's always, I need to call Shelton. I'm waiting for a second. I've already know it. We're going to get on the conference call. and we're gonna go through the series of questions. There'll be a quiet moment, and then there'll come some more questions. And it's good because that tells me you're wanting to do what's right. And that's something.
And never
that's
feel bad
important.
about that because
Yeah.
still today, I still call Brad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
feel
never,
bad
never
sometimes.
feel bad about that.
No. Oh, Jeff. No.
And I'll call Brad just to vent sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, Jeff, how many years are we now? 14, 15?
It's close to 12 now.
I thought we were.
No. November will be
No.
13. November
Yeah,
will
we're
be
getting,
lucky
like,
number
I think
13.
we're getting very close to 14 and all that
Oh,
stuff.
you're
here.
gonna have a celebration at the 15-year mark.
That'd be fun.
We should.
Yeah.
We should. We
A
should.
trip on somebody's dime.
I like the way you think.
I could
Yeah.
see something
Yeah.
doing something
We'll go to
fun.
convention.
Well, conventions, we have a lot of fun at convention. Are you?
We
Are you
wanna
gonna?
go.
Is it looking like you're gonna go to Denver?
I think so.
Cool.
I'm not telling you no.
Okay, that's a good sign.
That's a very good sign because I'll tell Brad straight up no. But I haven't said
we
that
have
yet.
a really good turnout. It's looking like Shane,
Well, it's good.
Melissa's talking.
Oh, Shane's
about
going, then I'm going.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
excited about
He's fun.
Denver. So we had a good time. Nashville, we ate well. Oof, we ate.
You won't
so
eat as well in Denver.
You know, is food not as good? Have y'all been to
It's a bunch of
Denver?
chain. It's a bunch of chain.
No.
It's a bunch of chain restaurants.
Oh man, you want to go skiing with me?
No, but I'll go hiking.
Okay, okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'll break my legs.
Oh, no.
Vegas.
But you've got your personal coaches. You're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't trust you. We'll go hiking.
So, as we move through, as we're talking on social media and such, I really want to kind of talk to y'all, kind of like the nitty gritty here. You know, what are the things, like if you're looking back over the last year, right now, you're seeing a lot of the fruits of your labor. You're seeing things coming together in your business. It's a beautiful thing. But what are the things that the little details, the things you don't see on social media, the things that people don't see you doing when you're working with them, a client, what are the things that you're working on and have worked on that have helped build you to this position that you are today?
Systems.
Yeah, I would say systems. We give every client the same. Like if you're a renter, buyer, seller, we're gonna do a discovery call with you. If you're not local, we'll do it on Zoom. If you're local, we'll meet somewhere and do a discovery call because we like to put face with names and voices. After that discovery call, we're gonna create a roadmap for you that's personalized on your goals, your timeline, and what end state we're trying to get to.
A discovery call is the same as
It's-
buyer's
that's a
consultation.
nice way of
Same
framing a
thing.
consultation.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing. I like that.
We say, and from there, that discovery call, we do a recap. So we summarize it and we provide that to the client. So after their first conversation with us, any client, a customer, potential, will get a roadmap, personalized roadmap. They're going to get a summary of our meeting or whatever it's called. And then they're going to get a guide. So if you're a buyer, you're going to get a home buyer's guide. If you're a VA buyer, you're going to get a VA buyer's guide. We give that to them. And so we do the same steps the same way. We just adjust depending on the situation.
So you have good structure, good organization. So when you engage with a client, you have a plan, you have materials. I've seen y'all's materials; they look great. So you're helping people understand the next steps. You're educating them. You're doing it in a professional way, and you're customizing it for them to match their needs and such. I really like the concept. I mean, obviously, we talk about it a lot, but helping people understand the timeline, key dates, and such. And I think it cuts a lot of anxiety out of the process, especially for first-time buyers and military buyers and such, because they might have a lot of moving steps that they're already having to account for, going, crossing, state borders and such to move. That's a very big move.
There's a lot of pieces.
A lot of pieces together, but y'all have experienced that too, and that's a blessing in itself, is to be able to carry that vision, that empathy, to y'all's work with your client. Talking like pulling before clients and such, reaching out to people and such. What kind of routine do you guys follow during the week and such? Like what things are y'all working on in your business? Where are y'all investing time?
I'll let her talk that because she has this rolling calendar that we get. So every night at either 10, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting our things to do list. And
You're
it
a
has-
mini Jeff.
Yeah. It has our logo on it.
Oh
and
my
it's like
gosh.
black
Oh my
and gold. So
gosh.
I get a things to do list every day. So I will let Chandria talk about that. But I think she's really good at that. We have a rolling calendar where we already planning 3 months out on our calendar.
That's smart.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Chandria, can you paint us a picture? What is the story with this, the planning and such? Why are y'all doing this, and what are you doing to prepare this, and how does this look?
And so I just think that good organization really helps a business with the success. And so I'm a planner by nature. Yeah, that's me.
How much of that came from the military?
A lot of it came from the military. A lot of it.
And then being the oldest, we're both old.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
we're both the oldest of a sibling, and we're used to taking charge. We're used to organize. We're used to telling the kids, okay, it's time for bed. It's time for dinner. Mom is sick. She go. So we're used to a lot of this, and then the military just put the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And so we took a lot of that and just kind of ingrained it in our business. And so if we didn't have this rolling to-do list timeline, I think I'd be lost. And there has been times where things got so busy, and it's like, dang, I forgot to update this timeline for us or this calendar for us. And I can see that, okay, things kind of get off a little bit, but when we get back on, and it's like, all right, it's rolling smooth like butter. And so it has everything on there, from when our clients have their walkthrough, when we have to follow up with the client, or okay, we just talked to a customer, it's time to send a recap. It hits everything. And then we started putting our personal things in there.
Yep.
Okay, Rochelle, she has her orientation, her walkthrough for her home, or I have my dental, just kind of so she knows what's going on with me. I know what's going on with her. So
You
when
don't
we're
miss
talking
things.
when we're talking to customers, clients, we go back and look at this here list, and it's like, yeah, we need to maneuver a little bit. Yeah.
Well, it helps you juggle multiple clients. It helps you keep, your marketing together and such, keep things moving smoothly, because you see what happens. I could hear it. I saw the tone. Sometimes it gets a little unorderly, and I could feel the tenseness around that. But as much as like a lot of people would say, okay, well, I think you're being OCD or something on this. They're wrong. Like, this is a necessity for growth. I mean,
So you don't have chaos.
Yeah.
It is a necessity. We also have this timeline that we customize for every client that's under contract. So we call it an under contract timeline. I'm sure all the agents, use their own method, but we have it from start to finish. We also have timelines to where even after closing, we follow up a week, 3 months, or we follow up, say, hey, don't forget to file your homestead exemption. But these timelines, we have several clients that's on the contract, and we go to the timeline every day. It's like, all right, what's next? Okay, what's
I
next?
got a question for you. When do you give closing gifts for buyers?
What do or when?
When?
We give closing gifts for buyers closing day.
Okay, I've stopped that. I'll give it to them a week later. I'll go buy their house. It's an
keep
excuse to go. It's an excuse to see them again, and it's always chaotic at a title company, And how selfish am I to give them an extra thing to move, right? So I tell them, I was like, let me know when you're settled. It could be a week, 2 weeks, a month. I have something for you I want to bring by. So that's my next touch point. Is a week to a month later after they close, I go to their house.
Okay.
That's it. I can speak to that efficacy, because it stands out. They
Yeah.
actually, they remember the gift more and such. They focus on that gift, because imagine what's going on at closing day. There's so many memories already
chaotic.
there. Your photos with them, signing the documents. It's madness and such. I think that's always a good practice. My
Yeah.
brother and I, we would go paint rooms. Like, we would go paint the rooms with them and such, and I'd bring it.
Nightmares.
Well,
I painted a room one time. Nightmares. I'm a bad painter.
we had a little experience from
I'm a
restoring
bad
homes.
painter.
But people would come back and they'd say, my favorite one over the years was we went back. I go back for dinner now and then, back to their houses and such. And like Brian and I painted 2 of the rooms, and then her husband painted 1 of the rooms, and the wife was always giving him a hard time. She's like, I can tell which rooms you 2 did and what rooms
See,
he
I'm
did.
horrible.
You should teach him what to do. And he's like,
No, but it was nice. We had a closing, and I brought her closing gift. She had wine and cheese out for us when we came by. It was relaxed. Then I gave her her homestead exemption form, and we just started talking about the neighborhood, the house, what she likes about it, what she's going to change. I mean, it was a great follow-up experience with her.
Speaking of follow-up, when you close with a client, what does that next year look like for them in their lives, and how y'all plan to interact with them?
So we're still planning that out. I'm being honest. We're still planning it out, but we do have a touch point where we're gonna, remind them about homestead exemption. Ask them how's everything going. Have you made any updates, renovations?
Put it in the calendar.
Yeah, we ask them. We remind them about possibly getting another inspection. If you got a new construction. So you can have the builder fix things before some of your warranty run out. So we have that on our under contract timeline. But me and her was just talking about like for the holidays, like what are we going to do? So now that we have some closings and things, like what are we going to do for our clients, at Christmas or at Thanksgiving or at New Year's. Pick a day, pick a holiday, and do something special. Just to let them know that we genuinely appreciate them for trusting us.
It doesn't have to be a lot of money.
Yeah, something we
something
made.
thoughtful.
Something.
What I've never done it, but I've seen it. Like agents will bring pies by during Thanksgiving.
That's a
Their
good one.
clients.
Or Grandpa, Don Johnson, I was just talking about that yesterday. He would do, I rode along with Grandpa many years ago, and I didn't really understand at that time what he was doing. This is before I got into real estate. We're talking, oh, Lord.
You're a kid.
Yeah, over 20 years ago. And so this was back when Grandpa was in his late 70s and such. And he's not practicing. He was Army. And so just so you know, Army. And he would take a week of his life during Christmas and bring a poinsettia by literally over 100 people's homes. And so I just went and rode with him one day, and I remembered that because I always wondered at the time, I was like, why is he doing this? These are like past clients, these are friends and stuff like that, people he'd worked with, and this is probably 100, 150 people total. And he had it all planned out. And this is before GPS. So you're talking like he literally had everything planned out, mapped out. There was a lot of work that went into that. And he'd go up to their door, he'd knock, and every year it's like, oh, Don, we're waiting for your poinsettia this year. We always put it on the mantle or something like that. And he'd always ask the same questions. I noticed there was a theme to this. They'd talk about Thanksgiving. Oh, what did you eat this year? What did y'all prep? Oh, so good. I bet your food just outshined everyone else's and such. And they'd be like, well, what are you bringing? If it was someone around their age, well, what magic are you bringing in for the grandkids for Christmas? What gifts? And then he'd turn to the new year and he'd be like, well, Mrs. Samuels, Carla, what's happening next year for you and your family? What are y'all up to next year? And he just point blank asked, he's like, anything in real estate. It was so ingrained in him. In his late 70s, he's still asking this question because it's just burned into him over the years. Well, what's happening next year in real estate for y'all? Anything I can help with? And I'm not joking. Out of all those homes, about 1 in 10 had something happening. Oh, Don, I'm glad you asked. And it was so cool. Like those gifts, like the holiday stuff, ladies,
Most agents go on vacation in December.
Yep.
Or they do absolutely nothing between Christmas and New Year's. And then there's agents that will do something like that, and they'll get business.
Well, I'll brag
And that makes a big
on
difference.
Jeff. Jeff in the company, on average, has like the strongest quarter one of almost quarter one, quarter two of any agent in the company. When most agents have like a drop in business at the early year, you have a boom.
Because my favorite marketing season, it might be because October is my birthday.
Oh,
I love October, November, and December. I love the holidays. And I do cool marketing during that time of year. I challenged the company, all the agents in the company, to call their sphere of influence the week of Thanksgiving, Monday through Wednesday. Call everybody. And I made like 500 or 600 phone calls. Out of those, I had 2 buyer consultations at the beginning of the year in January.
I think you've already closed on at least one of those.
I closed
from
on
that
one of them.
set
The other one's
calls.
not quite ready yet.
So I mean,
Yeah.
2 direct deals traced to just around
And if
the
I
phone
didn't call
calls.
them, would they have called me? Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, we don't know.
Maybe. But they didn't to that point. I called them. And it would start out just saying, hey, you know, how's it going? How's your holidays? You know, I just calling you to say that I'm thankful for you. We frame it a little bit different now. What are your real estate goals for next year? And again, 2 of those conversations turned
Yep.
into consultations in January.
If you don't ask, you don't know.
Yeah.
So, talking like, okay, so looking ahead in business and such for you guys, good structure and organization has helped you guys adjust to working with multiple clients at the same time. And I think y'all have done an excellent job of managing that. But looking at the next 6 months, what are the things that you're working on in your business for the next 6 months? What are some of the goals you guys have? What are the things y'all are working on?
You're the planner.
Tell me where to go.
So one thing that we're working on is just really structuring our actual business name.
Which I have some good news on that, by the way, too.
So we're just trying to structure our business name and trying to do, make it official. Trying to do some cool things like a Google page for our reviews, for customers
Nice.
to leave reviews. Possibly get our own domain for site. So just some things that we just want to do to just kind of take the Dynamic Duo to the next level.
So
Can I
like
make a
fleshing out-
suggestion?
Go ahead.
Just a suggestion. And again, end of year, October, November, December, you should throw a little happy hour for all the clients that you've closed with
I was thinking that.
and get them
It's a
all
good one.
together.
I was thinking about it. I was saying like, cause me and my husband buying our forever home, and we're getting a
No.
pool, and so I was thinking that when you were just talking about, what are you doing? I was thinking about what if we do like a little celebration at the house?
You could do
But
like a
if not
Labor
at
Day
the-
party.
No, that's too soon.
Oh,
Maybe maybe no December time frame we'll do something. But if not at the house, then we get together and mingle outside of real estate. Let our hair down. Let people see we already who we
and it's
are.
going to be
Have a
assumed.
glass of wine.
Have a glass of
Yes,
wine.
but
Yeah.
real estate's always going to be assumed because they're going to associate you as their agents. So
Oh,
they're
yeah.
you don't even have to say the word, real estate. They're going to know that. And if they talk to anybody that week at that party, and someone says, "Hey, I'm looking to buy or sell my house," they're going to say, "You need to call these."
And they're
ladies."
talking to everybody during the holidays. That's
That
what
was my whole
everyone's talking
point
to
about
each other.
Thanksgiving is everybody's going to be around a family and around this table. And if anybody says anything about real estate, that person's going to mention my name because I just called them.
Yeah.
So there's something there.
I'll never forget. I went to that La Hacienda de los Barrios.
Oh my gosh,
It was good.
it was too expensive.
It was good though.
Yeah,
Like
it
it,
was
like
exp-
I
Jeff will
listened
never
to
do that
one-
again.
Well, you could probably adjust for pricing in these things.
It was too.
and things.
I
But
went
when you
too far
brought all
out.
those people together though, and they're all eating, like they all. So Jeff.
My mistake is I did an open bar too.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a dangerous gift. That might be
And my sponsors didn't come through.
They didn't.
Not really.
Oh.
Not as much as I'd like them to.
But the thing that's interesting was you bring those people together, and I was just sitting there talking, and Jeff invited me, so I did my job of talking Jeff up to everybody. He's like, "Oh, it's the greatest."
Brad is a
anything
great
ever."
hype man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He really is. Yeah.
I've had a little experience with it, and but I listen, and I like to listen, and I'm listening to the conversations there, and like, what are people talking about? How's this going? And I heard the name Jeff, Hector, Jeff come up all the time throughout the whole evening. And I think, as I recall, 2 of the young couples became, and the other thing was
Oh,
interesting.
that was really cool. We had 2 sets of younger couples we were working with. I sat them together because they had things in common. They're friends now.
Oh wow.
Like,
I brought them
friends.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hang out and have play dates with their kids. Their kids are about the same age. They live kind of in the same area, not the same school district, but within maybe about a 10-minute drive. And they become friends.
Oh wow.
And we put them together. And I'll see them on Facebook hanging out. I'm like, I did that. Aw, I did that.
I was a matchmaker.
Yeah, exactly. I match people with homes and with friends.
Well, let me end on this, ladies. Okay, so as you guys are, going through this year in real estate, you're seeing your work coming together. For an agent that's a little bit before y'all in the process and such, that's coming into the business, what kind of advice would y'all give to them? Someone who's getting into the business in that first 3 to 4 months, coming into it and trying to find their path, what advice would y'all want to give to them?
I would say take that time to don't have a pity party. Just use that time to build your next year in real estate. So when I say that, I mean use that time to build systems, to build templates, to learn the contract, to network, because you can always network, like build your network. Use that time to grow, so when those clients do come, you're ready for it. Sometimes you ask for something and you're not really ready. You think you're ready. So use that time to get ready. There's always something you can do in real estate every day, no matter if you have a client or not.
That's so important.
That is, I like that there is always something you can
You
do.
do
and
one
that-
little thing every day, that'll move the needle.
Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Chandria, what advice would you give to someone coming into the business from your heart?
Well, I second what Rochelle said. Everything what she said is just important to try to build those foundation ahead of time, because when things start rolling, and if you're not organized and don't have those foundations, it can be a little chaotic. Another thing that I would like to add to that is just patience. Just be patient and see the processes through.
Cool beans. Well, ladies, thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming
Thank
on.
you for coming.
This is fun. We're going to be doing a lot more of these. I enjoy this. This is always fun conversations to see different personalities, strategies, and such coming into this. And y'all are doing great. And God bless y'all. And God bless your year in real estate and your clients and such. And I'm really excited.
Thank
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Enjoyed it. This has been fun.
Absolutely.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
You too.